Hello people, this is Power here to review the Kamen Geo DX Woz Ridewatch. So the Woz Ridewatch was a pack-in with the Geo final stage show, similar to Zangetsu Kachidoki Arms, where that was another disc pack-in toy. However, you might question as to why the packaging is already open and such. That's because I actually did not know. I actually got mine used. Luckily, I'm just gonna say right away, it did come with everything. It's just that I needed to give it batteries and whatnot. So, yeah, please excuse my horrible attempt at trying to be a packagist. But you know, you can read some Korean right here. This is Japanese. One of these is Chinese and one of them is Mandarin. I honestly don't know the difference. I could really only point out Japanese and Korean mostly. But anyways, let's just pull it out. Just like the Zangetsu stage show, this is what the Woz Ridewatch initially came in, and it's a longer box, but it's thinner too. And so here's the disc, which I'll show later on. It's essentially the same concept. You just simply like pull this out and, you know, just pull out the contents and such. So yeah, that's essentially it. Again, you can't stand it up and such. So yippee! So here we have the Woz Ridewatch out of this package, and just going over the color scheme of the Ridewatch. We got a silver base, or we got the base is silver, and the secondary colors is lime green, which is interesting. The back of it is 090. The QR code for Butaba Gamba, speaker, the Ridewatch face, or the watch face. As you can see here, unlike the majority of the Geo Ridewatches, it doesn't have the Geo Rider symbol. Woz actually has his own, so I would have liked if Gates and Tsukiyomi did have theirs, but consistency. And then here is Woz's full face, which if we compare this to the mirrored watch, I personally can't tell if it's the same. I want to say it is. It's just that this is heavily zoomed in, but it's more squished when you actually look at it. But yeah. And one thing I actually do want to point out is that the track here, 090, is actually one we already have, and that's with Oma Geo. Because Oma Geo here is 090. And Woz is the exact same, so this is essentially an armor side version of Oma Geo. So that's fun and technically spoilerish because of what we're looking into. I should have just said that when I got with the driver, but honestly I had it right there, so I need to share that. Actually, before we pull the pull tab, here's the battery cover. And as you can see, because, you know, it does use Oma Geo's future track, the time is just 0000, or the year. Because essentially, I think this is the same as the Corsairs, if I remember. Because the final stage show for Geo took place in that alternate, and the timeline for Overcourser is weird. Anyways, the sounds. So there's Woz's Ridewatch description, which is way more typical for, or it's just in line with the like Legend Riders. And this is already gonna reset already, but just like Zangetsu Kachoki Arms, this Ride Watch does actually have dialogue from Red Woz specifically. Even though technically Red Woz is not the one that created this Ride Watch, it was Black Woz, but oh well, they were not going to throw him into a reissue of this. GQ driver. So this one we actually do need to use Geo because this one is an actual armor. So, jeez. Activate the watch. So as you can see, the screen actually changes colors. So there we go with the jingle for Woz, and it's actually unique because they actually were consistent with all the transformation watches where they would just, you know, the jingles are simply like the Kamen Rider. But here they obviously they took the instrumental from the Mirror watch with the armor sounds. However, like it wasn't just like Future Time and Woz, it was actually like consistent with these ones. So it technically kind of proves that either way with like these watches, when they're used as armors, it'll just be the same jingle. So I like that that's what this technically shows off. So the finisher there is the explosion time break. Obviously explosion coming from the time explosion. And obviously this time around it makes sense for me to do it on this side. So then we will technically get an accurate version. Honestly, really like the Ride Watch rendition of that. I kind of prefer it a lot better than the Mirror Watch. Obviously, it's not going to say finish time, sadly. That would have been neat. It would have been really neat if they actually, like, made it have, like, two distinctive modes, but... just one word away, then this would have been perfect. But other than that, at least this watch is the only technically fun one you can do this with. No. I don't know why I'm going with speed. You know, the claws can be, like, close to the spear. Obviously, because it's the same exact track, it's not going to say Kamen Rider. But yeah, overall, my thoughts on this Ride Watch is that it's pretty unique for sure. It's really nice that Woz actually got a proper Ride Watch because, you know, like, I personally, I like, gosh, okay, so The MiRide watches I thought were alright at best, but they're not fun playing around with. So for Woz to actually get a proper ride watch is neat, and for it to actually get a designated form is nice. I actually think it's one of the nicer armors because it's literally just a green Geo with Woz's scarf and then Beyond Drivers on his shoulder. It's like it's stupidly nice. So like other than that, and I think his eyes, I think the characters, like the Woz characters on his eyes are also blue too. So I think that like it just works overall. But this one I will actually probably say go ahead and try to track down just so that you can have like all 4 main riders of Geo in a consistent manner. Like yeah, he's still gonna be inconsistent because he's a right slotted or he's a left slotted watch and not a right slotted. But other than that, it's just like this is just a very cool ride watch that exists. Um Now, I think the finding like this one's kind of like the same price when you get it in full, like 50 to like $70 at best. But this one trying to find individually is a bit more harder, just because this was one of the last few ride watches to get released. Um, I was gonna say something else, but I'm like blanking on it right now. I apologize. I really have more to say for this, but I kind of already said. Oh yeah, I guess like I guess technically, this is a nice substitute for Omageo because obviously this Omageo was premium Bandai. However, like this was technically released retail, so this is like a nice retail way of getting the future track. But obviously, as I just said, this is more harder to find individually, so you're kind of better off just getting Omageo. So, and also, like, I guess because I didn't say this with, Zangetsu games, I really like with these, like, Stageshow pack-in watches that they actually do include phrases. Just because it's neat. We don't, because we don't have, like, other ride watches that just, other retail ride watches that do that. So for Zangetsu Kachidoki Arms and Woz to do that, it's nice. It's appreciated. Obviously, it's not like CSM lengthy, but you know they're nice overall. But that's essentially it for this. So this is PowerRider, and I'll leave you people. Bye.